I'm talking with my kids today. What are some of the conversations that I should be having with them to make sure that they maybe that the tug of war that they might be having in their heads, I can lessen that and let them know that, I really just want them to be happy and follow their own path.
So that's a great one to talk about, because I know parents who've said, do whatever you want to do, and they forget the part of acknowledging that in their kids' eyes, they may be seen as a giant. And so even though they say, do whatever you want to do, the person growing up is saying, yeah, sure, but I got to measure up. And so that part of the conversation is really important. The other one, and it's probably even the bigger one, is allowing room for rite of passage. And, and allowing that next generation, maybe even encouraging the next generation to do some exploration. And I know people now talk about gap years and all that kind of stuff. They talk about working for a year in somebody else's business. Those are tangible manifestations of something that needs to happen inside. And it's really that thing that needs to happen inside that is what's going to help transform somebody into believing that they too can stand and walk in the land of giants.
I love it. Yeah, I'm looking at my daughter that is taking a gap year this year to she's wants to go to medical school, and she now has 3 interviews, so she probably has a pretty good shot of making it in and doing what she's doing. But that process, the gap year is a lot for a lot of parents to take on, to say, really, shouldn't you just be doing your applications in your senior year and whatnot? But it's doing that application process is ginormous. But what I'm watching as the parent is exactly what you just said. She's living on her own. She's not being covered by mom and dad and the family. She's figuring out the expenses on her own. She's working and having some struggle, which I think a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, she'll look back and as that was one of those defining moments for me to say, I can do this.
I think that's really powerful, because medical school, once you step on that conveyor belt to become a doctor, right? And
right.
It's a conveyor belt. Once you start, it just keeps going and going and going, depending on how much you specialize or what you end up doing at the end. It's not a, oh boy, I can take 3 weeks off or a year off in the middle of, and so having that moment is pretty powerful.
Yeah.